Welcome back, everybody, to Dave's Weight Loss Journal. Thank you for tuning in. Well, let's get into it. Let me show you my second weigh-in.
All right. So, not much of a change, but that's all right.
I had a little bit of a gain this week. I'm going to share with you, for better for worse, how I do, whether it's up or whether it's down. But let's talk about what was successful. What will continue to be important to me during my weight loss journey is activity. And so I was able to be very active. I'll let you know I am training for a half marathon. I went out to eat a lot with my colleagues, and that can always be a challenge. I go out to eat for several reasons. One might be I'm hungry, but sometimes it's just I want to be with my colleagues and I want to socialize. I think I got sort of caught up in sort of the social aspect and forgot my why. If you're not honest with yourself,
Working my way up to GQ model.
You're still going to struggle.
Maybe a Sears or a Walmart model.
I don't think I was as mindful as I could have been when I was eating out with my colleagues. And that's going to be my tip of the week, mindful eating. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had this experience? You sit down with a bag of chips. Okay, there we go. Thinking you'll just have a few. And as you're watching a football game or a TV show that you really like, you look down and all of a sudden, all of the chips are gone. Where'd all the chips go? You're distracted with something else and you keep eating and eating, not realizing how much you're eating. That to me is mindless eating. And so to combat that, you got to be mindful about what you eat, what you put in your body. So you might ask, how do I mindfully eat? Here are a few tips for mindful eating. Number one, take your time. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I struggle with this. I grew up as the youngest of 4 boys.
Boys, lunch is ready.
In our house, if you didn't eat fast, you didn't eat. I learned to shovel food into my mouth as fast as I could, just so that I could have something to eat. Now, over the years, I've had to unwind that behavior and again, try to slow down to allow the signal from my stomach to reach my brain to say, hey, buddy, it's time to stop. Tip number 2, engage your senses. So when you are eating, when you sit down for a meal, the taste is only one sense that you have. But the experience of eating actually involves smell and sight, even the sound that a food makes when you crunch into it. See who you're with and really try to make it a holistic sensory experience instead of just trying to shovel it in. Tip number 3, be sure to chew your food well, because believe it or not, your digestion starts in your mouth with the saliva. And so again, that helps you to slow down. It helps you to be mindful, but it also helps with digestion. And so that might prevent some other issues later on. Tip number 4, pay attention to how food makes you feel, because eating can be a very emotional experience. If a piece of cake or a piece of pie is something that brings you joy, maybe think about going for it. But a second or third or fourth piece of pie doesn't make you feel good, maybe that's something you want to think about. But again, you don't need to judge yourself. You don't need to be harsh. You don't need to say, oh, why am I feeling like this? Or why am I eating this? Just be mindful of it. Only after you've identified how it makes you feel, then can you start to make changes. Tip number 5, avoid distractions. When you're eating, I'm going to say, put down your phone and just look at the food that you're eating. Again, engage those senses. By avoiding those distractions, you'll know exactly what you're putting in because you will be focused on what you're eating.
I hate sushi.
So in summary, by being mindful of what we eat, we can know exactly how much we're putting in and we can enjoy it more, and we can live in the present. And by doing so, it becomes a fuller experience. And so I promise that as you mindfully eat, that will help you down your journey to lose weight. That was my tip of the week. This has been Dave's Weight Loss Journal. My name is Dave Toronto. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope to see more of you next week, but you'll see less of me next week. You know, like less of me, because I'll have lost. You got it.
Dan. What happened?